Hello dear NEET aspirants and future. What I want to say is future doctors, most of you, and not only the biological students. So most of the people have a dream that they should achieve something. Some people will have a goal in the they set a goal in the very little, that is at the age of 10, 20, and even in between that. But a few people set their goal after they get maturity, that after, what I mean to say is, after some time, after very long time. And some people, they do not have any goal, but they achieve, but they get their dream fulfilled by God's grace or some other way. But what I mean to say is, every person has their own dream and they have their own goals and targets. Whatever be the goal and whatever be the target, to achieve that target, to reach that target, we should do hard work. Hard work is very, very important. Before and besides hard work, we should have a plan, a systematic approach to achieve the target is very, very important. If we have a particular discipline, if we have a self-discipline, and all these goals, targets, and all the dreams which we have will come true in one day. All the best. And first, I want to say, in every exam, you must do better, and there will be some drawbacks in each exam. You must correct those negatives and achieve your goal. All these things, whatever I am saying, are very, very essential for your, not only for your study, for your career. I hope you have understood. Anyway, welcome to EduHunt video lecture series. We have finished up to platyhelminthes, up to tissues and organ level organization, that is from subcellular protozoa to cellular porifera, tissue level organization, that is coelenterata, and then organ level organization in platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes, they have no coelom in their body. They are triploblastic. Bilateral symmetry is first seen in platyhelminthes. These are the remarkable features and notifiable features of the phylum Platyhelminthes. We just move on to the topic Aschelminthes. This one is very, very important because it has a pseudocoelom, that is, it is the beginning of a formation of coelom, that is body cavity. Let's see various organisms and the general characters of the phylum Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes is a heterogeneous group It consists of nematodes, rotifers, nematoda, rotifera, and acanthocephala, gastrotricha, and nematophora. And all these animals are pseudocoelomates. Pseudocoelomates, that means they have a body cavity. These are triploblastic animals, that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm are there. All the three layers of the body wall are present, triploblastic, and the coelom is not true. If the coelom is developed from the mesoderm, then it is called as a true coelom. But that kind of coelom is absent, but it is considered, the body cavity is considered as a coelom. That is why it is not true coelom. It is not devoid, or it is not provided with, it is not originated from the mesoderm. That is why they were kept under between true coelomates and acoelomates, that is pseudocoelomate. Nematoda, that is the largest group of Aschelminthes and shows various features like they were termed as roundworms and also threadworms, as their body nature appears like small threads, cuttings of small threads. And roundworms, the body is round cylindrical. That's why they are called threadworms, roundworms, and all the worms are considered as true worms. All the nematodes are true worms, and the body is cylindrical, like tube-like structure, and they are triploblastic. Ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm are present. Bilaterally symmetrical. Only the axis, the longitudinal axis cut gives two equal halves, that is bilateral symmetry, and body is unsegmented. There are no segments on the body, and they may be free living. Example is rhabditis, or they may be parasitic. For example, in animals as well as plants, they act as parasites. Example, Anguina and Heterodira are plant nematodes. Anguina and Heterodira are the plant nematodes. You must keep this in your mind. Anguina and Heterodira are the plant nematodes. They are, the first one, Anguina is a nematode of wheat, and Heterodira is the nematode of potato crop. Pseudocoelomates. It is, pseudocoelom is persistent blastocele here, blastocele, and a tube within tube body form, that is body plan is present, that is alimentary canal is fully developed with prominent mouth and anus. Excretory structures are Rennet cells. Rennet cells are the excretory structures or excretory organs of the nematodes. Respiratory and circulatory systems are absent in this. First circulatory system develops in Annelida, that we're going to study in the later session. Number of cells in different parts of the body is, in its throughout life, in its entire life, the number of cells in the body is constant, and this condition is said to be eutely. Eutely is a condition where the number of cells in the body is constant. But meeku oka doubt ravachu, how they grow if the number of cells are 10 in the body? How can we say that if there is no division and if there is no variation in the number of cells, then how can they grow? And how can we say that it is the juvenile form or it is the baby form and it is an adult one? How can we differentiate both these structures without showing any growth? I am not saying that they do not show any growth, but the number of cells are constant in their throughout life. That is lifetime, number of cells is constant. It is said to be utile, and the growth occurs only with the enlargement of the cell. In the previous stage of life, only the cell is this much. In later stages, the cell grows, the volume increases, cell size or the volume increases. If it is this much size, if there are 10 cells, it comes to this size. If the size of the cell or the volume of the cell increases to this size, then it would be, the size comes to this. That's why there is growth, but the number of cells in the body and their nuclei are constant. Since the number of cells remain constant, the growth occurs, as I said, through the increase in the size of the cell or volume of the cell. Such growth is called the auxetic growth. Auxetic growth is the growth where only the growth takes place only by enlargement of the size of the cell or the volume of the cell and not by the cell division. These are all unisexual, that is dioecious. Unisexual means, uni means single sex. That is, male and female organisms are different. Male animal is different and female animal is different, as we have both male and female. Like that, these are dioecious. Di means two. Two sexes are. Uni means single sex in single individual. Dioecious means the two sexes are on two different individuals. That is dioecious. If it is monoecious, mono means single. Monoecious single individual having both sexes. That is the case of monoecious. Bisexual antam aa case ne. And sexual dimorphism is prominent in both male and female. The organisms, by seeing at them, by looking at them, we can see that this is the male and this is the female. Sexual dimorphism is very prominent, and sperms are amoeboid type, tails are absent. They show only amoeboid type of movements, and cleavage is determinate type of cleavage and spiral and determinate type of cleavage is present, and development is indirect. That means a larva is there in the life cycle, and the larva is named as rhabditiform or rhabditoid because it resembles an animal rhabdite. That is a free living animal. And Ascaris, which is a parasite, it is called the common roundworm. Ascaris, it is ectoparasite in small intestine. Endoparasite in small intestine, because endo means inside the body. It in the inside, that is intestine of the human being, it is present, and particularly in children it is quite common. వర్మ్స్ వస్తున్నాయని అంటూ ఉంటారు కదా పిల్లలకి. సో ఇది యాక్చువల్గా ఆస్కారిస్ అనే ఈ రౌండ్ వర్మ్ అటాక్ చేయడం అనేది జరుగుతుంది. అంటే స్టమక్లో ఇంటెస్టైన్లో వర్మ్స్ ఉంది. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దాట్ చిల్డ్రన్ ఫీల్ లాస్ ఆఫ్ అపెటైట్, సరిగా తినరు, డైజెషన్, వామిటింగ్ అండ్ అదర్ వీక్నెస్ వస్తుంది. It is a monogenetic parasite. Monogenetic means only single host is present in the life cycle. Infective stage for human is embryonated egg stage, or the egg having instar larva. And then ankylostoma duodenale, commonly called as hookworm. ఇందాక నేను చెప్పింది Ascaris lumbricoides, that is common roundworm. And for that, the larval stage, that is the infective phase of the life cycle, is the embryonated egg or the instar larva, egg having instar larva. And Ankylostoma duodenale, దీన్ని hook worm అని అంటాము. It is also a monogenetic parasite. Only single host is present in the lifetime, in life cycle. And small intestine lo ఇది parasite గా ఉంటుంది, as like Ascaris. And infective stage of larva is, it is larva or juvenile, which pierces through the skin, soft skin. Just now we mentioned that it is a hookworm. It has hooks. With that hooks, it attaches to the body and it pierces the soft skin. Next one is the Enterobius vermicularis or oxyuris. Commonly it is called pinworm or seatworm. It is monogenetic. It is again, all the three nematodes are Ascaris and Ankylostoma duodenale, that is roundworm, hookworm, and even pinworm or seatworm, Enterobius vermicularis or oxyuris. And all these animals, all these three nematodes are monogenetic. That is, human is the only host for them. It is monogenetic parasite, and infective stage, eggs and infection occurs through the contaminated food and water. Wuchereria bancrofti. Wuchereria bancrofti is commonly called as filaria worm. Elephantiasis అంటాం కదా, ఫైలేరియాసిస్, దోమ కుడితే బోధకాలు వస్తుంది అంటూ ఉంటాం. సో దోమలు కుట్టడం వల్ల మలేరియా ఒకటి, ఇంకొకటి బోధకాలు అంటారు, ఎలిఫెంటియాసిస్. లెగ్ ఇంత ఎలిఫెంట్ లెగ్ లాగా ఇంత లావుగా తయారవుతుంది కదా, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఎలిఫెంటియాసిస్. ద కాజేటివ్ ఆర్గానిజం ఈజ్ Wuchereria bancrofti, and this worm is a digenetic parasite. And it does not infect the intestine, but infects the lymph. And primary host is man and secondary host is Culex, female Culex. Primary host is man and secondary host is female Culex. Female Anopheles acts as one of the hosts for malaria parasite. Malaria parasite kuda digenetic. ఒకటి హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ అండ్ రెండోది Anopheles, female Anopheles mosquito. దానికి causative organism Plasmodium vivax. That is a protozoan, whereas this is a nematode, Wuchereria bancrofti, filaria worm. It is a digenetic parasite. It infects the lymph, and it has two hosts. First primary host is the man and secondary host is female Culex mosquito. It is a mosquito. Female Culex mosquito, and infective stage is microfilaria. This is the larval stage, and disease is called the filariasis or elephantiasis. And Dracunculus medinensis. This is guinea worm or serpent worm. It is guinea worm or serpent worm. Dracunculus medinensis. And male forms are rarely found. Usually female forms they dominate, and which is a viviparous. Viviparous means it does not lay eggs. It gives birth to young ones. It is a subcutaneous parasite. It is present underneath the skin, and also a digenetic parasite. Primary host is man and the secondary host is Cyclops. That is a crustacean, and which belongs to phylum Arthropoda. And other important nematodes are Lovalova. Lovalova ni eye worm or eye insect, eye organism అని అంటాం, eye worm Lovalova. And Trichinella spiralis, it is called the muzzle worm, and Trichiura whipworm అని అంటాం. This is the Ascaris. It is male one and it is the female one. You can see the difference between these two. Sexual dimorphism. Male individuals are very straight, whereas the female ones, they are longer than males. This is about the general features of the phylum Nematihelminthes. Important feature of this phylum is presence of pseudocoelom. These are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, and mostly these are commonly called as round worms. Worms, true worms are present, round worm, hookworm, pinworm, seedworm, all these things, all these worms, even eye worm, lova lova, and whipworm. Whipworm is trichiura. This is an example of the phylum Nematoda or the phylum Aschelminthes. In the next session, we're going to answer some important bits based on the concept. Goodbye.